Cameramendi, can you hear me? Oh, great.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now, Cameramendi. Yes, I cranked up my volume to full blast when you said that because I have my little earbuds in, Cameramendi. Yes.
Where are you at in the world?
So we are at a place called the Lodge in the Sonoma Valley.
Okay.
Ms. Goo and I came out to California to help her mom and her brother. But first and foremost, I decided I would take Ms. Goo to a fun location because she's kind of stressed out, you know. So we're spending a couple of days here, then we're going to her mom's house. So, but
All
we
right.
have great news, don't we, Cameron Mandy? I
I
believe
have it right here.
the newest Goo has arrived.
We didn't even plan that. I just had this available and ready to go. It is the only thing from Facebook I have pulled today. So welcome
Camera
to the
Fendi, you were
lowest.
supposed to do all of the. We have wonderful social media. There's.
I
What about
believed in my heart that I was going to be able to do it. So
what about the community members of the week and all of that? We'll forget about
you
that.
know
Let's
what?
talk about little.
I'm going to show everything. It's just going to be you vamping for time while I get it up. So it is going to be
Okay, I'm
great.
good with that. I'm
This
good
is
with
going
that.
to
I'm
be
good
the
with that.
best. This is going to be the best low budget production that we've ever done. But let's
I'm
focus
very
in
excited for it.
on
I'm
little
baby
Arwen.
Arwen. Yes,
Yes.
magnificent. Hold on. You vamp for time while I get a tissue.
Anyway, it's doing well. Baby's in NICU for, just working on breathing and everything like that, but she is perfect. And yeah, we are very excited for Matt and Wit. And I mean, she came so
Indeed.
quickly after Genghis. So it's a
Yes,
good thing
yes.
that Matt and Wit did not end up coming out. So anyway, it was absolutely amazing. Hello, Purple Hazy One. Listen, here's the deal. Purple Hazy One, Matthew, took me aside at Genghis Con and he says, Mandy, I just want you to know I really still appreciate what you guys are doing on Good Morning Zyathé. And like I was like, really? Really?
Camera Mandy, you know what? Here's the
Thank
deal.
you.
We have a few wonderful gooey people that actually like hanging out with us, even though we don't. This is kind of like Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing.
We always intend to be better than we are. But yes, it is. What are you looking at? What is
Oh,
happening?
well. I'm in this marvelous art gallery
Oh,
sitting. See, and
oh.
so there's some wonderful imagery, beautiful art that is right nearby, and of
Why does
course,
why does it
you
say
notice this,
wine
camera Maddie.
drinker?
Notice this
Okay.
right here. Do you see what it says on the desk that
Please
I'm
do not
sitting at?
sit at desk.
Yes. So I am breaking the rules, camera.
Because I'm not that surprised. And you're drinking wine? Is that what
No,
was
this is actually a little bit of leftover iced coffee, so I'm kind
Oh,
of finishing
okay.
that off. Yes, it's a little early to be boozing it up, okay, even for you, camera Mandy.
But it says wine drinker wizard.
Well, we were out to work. We've been to a couple of wineries and we've had a good time.
Mm.
And I really wanted to give Ms. Goo a little respite before we had to go because this is cameraman. It's difficult. So we're battling our way through, and we're going to help Grandma Jan, who's great Grandma Goo, right? So,
Hmm.
and then we're going to help Chris. So this is good. This is wonderful to be out here.
Awesome.
Okay. So do you have community members of the week, cameraman?
I will pull the first community member of the week because that will be very easy for me. So
Okay,
I
while
have
while you do that, I'm going to tell everyone if you don't know what the community member of the week is, every week we pick one of our marvelous gooey friends,
well, we try to do it
and
every week, but let's be real, it's us. But I
no,
think we have done it more consistently than anything else that we have failed at. So
we pick them pretty consistently. We just never tell them that they're actually the community members of the week because we never put anything up anywhere. But
well,
that's not my fault.
we put it in our newsletter. We're trying to get
Okay,
people to
that's
go
true.
look at our newsletter every week.
It's a
So
strategy.
yes, exactly.
I think the newsletter's pretty good. I think it's worth reading. I like it. So I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
I agree. Lawrence puts a lot of
I,
effort into it. And I
I'd be
do,
interested.
yeah.
Hold on,
So
cameraman. I'm gonna put you on. Hold on a second. Just let me. There's a noise coming through. Hold on.
there's a noise coming through. Anyway, our community member of the week this week was Miss Callie Mason. So Callie
Well
has,
deserved, Kelly.
yes, it was very well deserved because Callie has been a EO at Gen Con for us for like 5 years. Maybe even, I'm like, no, I think it's been 5 years. I think we've been doing games for 5 years. And she is an astonishingly good EO in terms of the way that she anticipates people's needs, the way that she talks and handles people. She's had to deal with unruly players every once in a while. Anyway, Callie made her first trek out to Genghis Khan this week, and let me set the stage for you all. I got a headache, like a really, really bad headache that was making me very nauseous 2 days before Genghis Khan, and it was awful, and I was behind on everything, and it was terrible. And I knew what that meant was that I was not going into Genghis Khan as prepped as I like to be for our game room. And Callie and Christy Creighton and a number of other people, our game masters, all stepped up to help me get through this weekend, and so we could put on a lot of very successful events. And so
Yeah, and Callie, we always hear really nice things about Callie. People say it all the time, how nice she is and kind and friendly, and she's just a wonderful, fun person to have hanging around. It's just
no, she is truly the best of us. She is excellent. And anyway, I want to show something that I prepped here. So Callie, let me take this down. Made a fabulous Facebook post about her trip to Genghis. So I wanted to just walk through some of her pictures because she did a really good job of curating the pictures and showing a lot of our game masters and stuff. And so starting with Andy's party at Andy's house. This is my dog Daisy, who was at the convention and everyone just adored. So there's Daisy. And this is our Pyramid of Norcrius 3-part trilogy. Amber game mastered it, and so did Cade all weekend long with our Carnival set. And then there's like a pyramid. Paul brought in an incredible Crovenloft display, which I know we showed on the stream last week. It was really cool. Like, so here's the hedge mage that starts the adventure and then going into the mansion. Very, very, very cool. Here's Joe. He ran a 3-part Geisengax adventure for this crew at the table over here, and I think it went famously. Everyone seemed to have just such an excellent time.
Again, Mandy, I got to tell you, a lot of people were telling me what great games. They really enjoyed them and had a wonderful time. So it was great to hear that feedback.
Yeah, for sure. Here's Ken. Now Ken comes up to me afterwards, and he goes, just got rid of that imposter syndrome and just did it. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what you have to do at these conventions. It's like, you're just there to put on a good time for these people. And as long as you're having fun, they're having fun. Is kind of how I feel. So Ken did a great job. He game mastered. He got the Iron GM. And he also is one of our new Knights of the Goo. I'll go through our list of Knights of the Goo here in a second. Here's James. James ran something a little bit different. So we adapted his table. He was supposed to, Andy was supposed to run Savage Worlds. This is what happened. Andy was supposed to run Savage Worlds for this crew. And unfortunately, Andy got COVID, which we found out like the day after his party. COVID and the con crud, I swear, this was the worst year of it for our people. Anyway, so instead of running a 5e game, on the fly, James adapted the Witch's Wrath for Shadow Dark. So that way his crew could have a little something different at the table because they were looking for a different system than 5e. So kudos to James for pulling that out of his rear end and running a great game for these people. So
he did not pull it out of his rear end, come remember.
He adapted it for Shadow Dark like on the fly. I think that is pretty impressive. So here's Cade running his Pyramid of Norcrius game, and our dear Charles over there.
Charles,
yep.
And Heather with her little mushroom hat on.
Yes. Let me tell you. Okay, Heather. So this is Shannon. Shannon is also one of our new Knights of the Goo recruits. This is Shannon's husband. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story about prime rib. For poor Heather, poor Heather. This is Heather. Heather's running a prime rib, and it's and I cannot remember Shannon's husband's name off the top of my head. I'm so sorry. He's at the table. Michelle Andrade's at the table, and then they have 2 teenage brothers at the table with them. And at one point, the father of the teenage brothers comes in about halfway through the game with a 3rd teenager and is like, is there any way we could pop him into the game? He just got here, and he'd love to play. And I walk over to Michelle's table. And I say, it's Heather's table that Michelle is at. I say, Heather, is there any way we could pop in a third kid here, that he just got here? And her eyes shoot up to me, and I see this fear in her eyes. However, Michelle has gotten food sick at this table, and she's like, oh my God, yes, please have him play Colopia. I am feeling so sick right now. And Michelle is like about to stand up, and Shannon's husband goes, you're abandoning me? And I'm like, what is happening at this table right now? However, Michelle, I mean, I don't blame you for doing this, but Michelle takes the excuse. Like, Michelle's like, she fully just got to go. And I totally understand, because like she got really, really, really food sick. It's very unfortunate. Anyway, so she leaves the table, and I put this third teenager there, and I am just watching, and I can just see, like, I'm like, there is something happening at this table. So afterwards, after she finishes up, I go over, I'm like, guys, what happened here? And Shannon's husband says, it was like murder hoboism, but like 2-3 steps above that. And apparently these teenage brothers were just like feeding off of each other's energy. And he's like, I was taking notes the whole time of like things that they were saying back to each other. And God bless Heather. She ran that entire 4 hours. She did not cut it short. She was actually one of the last people to finish. And I am just like, oh my God. And so all this to say, you never know who you're going to have at your table, because you could have a Rin Nelson, or you could have craziness. With that said, it seemed that once the brothers were like split up, because like they did come back and play a little bit later, and we put them at different tables, they seemed to be able to manage themselves a little bit better than when they were at the table together. So you just never know. I'm just saying, when you come into a convention setting, what you're running for and how to have a great game. I don't even know. So God bless Heather. God bless Shannon's husband. Sorry, what?
Let's look at the next picture.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a whole spiel. Okay. This is our casino night.
Yes.
Callie had a blast at casino night. I think this is probably the last year we're going to be running casino night for. I think it needs to be retired for like a few years. At Genghis Con, you could only run things a certain amount of time because people play it, and then they have other
events. Play something else. Of course.
Yeah, we still had a great turnout for it. We had at least 60 or 70 people there playing.
It's a great picture.
Yeah, I know, Tay. Look at that smirk. Anyway, yeah, I know. It was so much fun. So so I do think that casino night, this is probably the last year for we'll retire it for a few years and then bring it back. Here's us playing Perils and Fortunes with Dan. And that was
Dan always dresses up so cool.
He is very cool. This is Callie. Like, they played this what was it? Hand of the Hanatas, I think, it was Conan Drew's, I think they were playing. And then this is Blake, who we all had a lot of fun with at this whole group of guys. They did a ton of our events. They were really like a hoot. So here's Rin running her Dark Tides Night event. Danny, I believe, is running Terran Genzicon here. Look at that smirk. So Danny is also one of our new Knights of the Goo.
Yes.
I'm talking so
much. Did Danny also get an Iron GM? Yes, you're talking a lot, but it's okay, Cameron.
Danny, so to get an Iron GM, you had to run 16 hours of events. I believe Danny only ran 12.
12, okay, got it.
Yeah. So Neil, however, got an Iron GM award. I have pictures of that. And what is he running here? I think this is also Terran Genzicon. So, and Amber, I think, is also running Terran Genzicon. And here's Mark and Chris setting up the pyramid, or no, maybe this, yeah, it was the pyramid for the pyramid in North Korea. Fabio, how you doing?
Listen, Cameron Mendy.
Yes.
I think there's another thing that needs to be retired, and that's that costume.
I don't think so. I don't think that's happening. But
I get accosted. People grab my boobs.
Here's Shannon. Oh, this is Shannon and Danny getting their Knights of the Goo.
Yes.
Awards.
I recall watching it from the back.
Shannon made me cry. Yeah. So, and there's Blake. Blake loved Fabio.
Yes, so, of course. Who wouldn't love Alphinius?
You did get a little drunk during this event. Or I don't think you were drunk, but you acted very drunk.
Well, I'd had a little bit of snoots. Yeah,
getting on the microphone and singing Myron the Ugly Troll while everyone's running around trying to actually participate in the event. Anyway, yeah, this is so this is really exciting. So Goo done at Darkenhaven. We're taking to Gen Con. This ran so good. I think
It
it's
really,
actually
really was wonderful.
yeah, and it's I think it a big step up, not a big step up, but a great. I don't know. It was a big step up from Carnival. Like I still love Carnival and running Carnival, but we added in this new feature called triad cards, where you basically were trying to collect sets of 3, a person, a location, and a plot hook. That all 3 of them are
Mandy, hold on,
interconnected.
slow your roll for a second, because some people
Yes,
might not know what whodunit is at all. So whodunit is a mystery, right? There's a
a
whole
murder
mystery,
mystery.
a murder
Mhm.
mystery, and you have a whole series of things that you have to do as a group to try to solve who the murderer is and what happened and all of that stuff. And it's nothing to do with the lead pipe, the library, nor Colonel Mustard.
I mean, it's
So
kind of it is a little similar to the actual
it is.
Clue. So because you're collecting, so what you're doing is you're going to challenges and you're doing these side quests and you're trying to collect clues. And you also have gold and you to trade for clues. You have like I said, these triad cards, you could trade those for clues. So you have all of these like elements that work together to make like a really fun event. And you're basically doing the event for 2 hours, where you're going and the challenge here, you see the bubbles on the the table there. This is for like the Glassworks place in Darkenhaven, and so it was like who can blow the most impressive bubble, or like I was seeing people like catching their bubbles and like they're just fun interactive kind of things, and so you have challenges.
Some people actually did make a double bubble, camera Mandy. You know about double
It is
bubble.
impressive, yeah.
I love a double bubble.
So I did make a mistake. Randy says our team was sabotage. Okay, so here's how.
Randy.
Well, okay, this is how the clues work. Is that there's 16. There's a set of 16 clues, and I take what is supposed to happen is I'm supposed to take one of the clues out. However, what I do is instead of doing 16 clues, I do 32 in case somebody hoards a clue, or if there's like a mistake, like for instance, orange and red look very similar. So like red had one of orange's clues. And so
people understand that. What that
yeah.
means is as people get clues, they can get clues that other teams might need.
Yes.
So there's a trading element of this as well, where you go to another table and say, hey, I've got this clue that blah, blah, blah. And you go, well, we got this clue and blah, blah, blah. And they say, well, I have this clue and blah, blah, blah. And then there's some swappage that goes on as part of whodunit.
It encourages the interaction between all the players, and that's what makes it so fun. But what happened on Team Blue is that I took so technically there should be 32 or 30 blue clues out, and I should have 2 clues that match. So that way it's who you basically boil it down to who. You know what? I'm not describing this well at all. So on each of the clues. On each of the clues, there is 2 suspects. There's a suspect with a strong alibi and a suspect with a weak alibi. And so the set of 15 clues, you should be able to boil it down to who has 2 clues out in the wild. And if you have 2 clues, you're absolved. If you only have 1 clue, you are down to a final suspect. You're one of the final suspects. And there's 2 people who are the final suspects. And then you read over those clues, and that's how you figure out who has the stronger alibi and who has the weaker alibi. And the person with the weaker alibi ends up being the person who is the murderer.
The murderer,
or whatever.
yes. The killer, yes. The slasher, camera Mandy.
So what happened with Team Blue was that I did not take out the 2 same clues. So they had a complete set of 16 when they should have only had 15, because I was not diligent in double checking to make sure that both the clues I pulled were not the same. So that was 100% on me, and everybody on that team walked away with a prize because I was so full of guilt. And it is a real bummer to like get to the end of the thing and then have it not count on a. However, I will say this: Team Purple like destroyed Team Blue. So even if Team Blue had gotten it right, like Team Purple
Randy,
destroyed.
She's in your face right now, Randy.
Yeah.
This is not right. Poor Team Blue just destroyed by Team Purple.
Oh no, Team Purple destroyed. They were the first to solve their mystery, which doesn't really matter. But they also like had won because all of these triad cards, all the gold and everything like that. that all counts in the total points accumulation. All this to say, if you come play this event, it is our highest reviewed event by far. In terms of like the positive feedback, there are some people who like sensory wise, it's not for them just because it's loud.
The room
Yeah.
is very loud. Yes.
Yeah, and there's
then
a lot going on.
The Ugly Troll on top of it, which actually adds to the ambiance quite dramatically. It's background music, camera.
No. I regret giving Alphinius a microphone. Everyone said we needed to have microphones in the room.
Alphinius did not have the microphone, Cameramendi. It was Alfabio who had the microphone. So let us be clear about that.
But
I am a much more refined individual than that wasteful brother of mine.
I don't think so, because you also hosted our new action. Our new PV, or not the PvP, the other one. Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, look how fun this is. Like, this is a painting side quest. We had like a Plinko, like ride the rapids one. Yeah, Dory did this great. This was a carnival themed one, and she changed it to be rapids. It was, she did a great job. So yeah, like this event is like genuinely like, I think it's from the mind of Corey. Fantastic. It's just so good.
Corey did a great job, and of course you did too, cameraman. You take credit for credit is due. But also, I want to say too that our marvelous table masters—they're really not game masters, although they sort of are game masters—are so wonderful. They come in cosplay. They run their character. It's really, really, really.
There's Pam and her adorable, No, for sure. It is. So one of the side quests was to build a paper boat, and then we had paper boat racing. So, anyway, this. And everyone's here working on their clipboards.
And there was that unfortunate incident where someone sucked instead of blew. Yes, it was not good, Cameraman.
Seriously, no, that did not happen.
That's a Spaceballs reference, Cameraman. Let us continue.
Anyway, all this to say, we're very excited to bring this one to Gen Con in like just a few months. It's gonna be great. Sherry here said that this was her favorite event of the convention. So just saying. So
Sherry, the con of the con.
Who gave Lawrence the con of the con, which I will be pulling up. I will be pulling that up here. Okay, so that's Callie's photos of the event. So we'll keep chatting about other stuff while I pull up the con of the con.
Cameraman, did you notice I'm kind of backlit here? I look like Sybil Shepherd in Moonlighting, and if anybody's old enough to remember that, look, my beard on both sides has a little glow.
So you're a cinematographer, is what I'm hearing.
We need to set this up in the studio so that I have this glow about me all the time, Cameraman.
You want to be backlit? I mean, generally speaking, we don't backlight.
We don't pretty much light anything.
Not in market, not in the kind of marketing that we do. This is funny.
But I love Genghis. That was so much fun. And yes, this was yes. So you heard about this?
Let's talk about this. Yeah, no, I'm trying to find the rest of them, but this one's good.
I'll just explain it. So Lawrence, of course, got the con of the con, right? And Carrie made a post to do a colorization or an interpretation of Lawrence the Con of the Con. And no, stay there with it.
I'm gonna find the rest of the post. I'm gonna find the rest of it.
Okay. So anyway, so if you can't really tell this easily in that small picture, but in his one hand where the sword would be is a shish kebab that is on fire, right? And of course, around his waist is a big belt, and on the belt is the initials for Barbecue Man. Now, I, of course, thought I took exception to having him called BM. So,
BM? What does that mean? Okay. I'm more fine with that than I am with Meat Daddy. So
Meat Daddy, MD. He's a doctor.
Oh, here's another good one from Jim. So yeah, in our den are all these con of the con.
Yes, there's con of the cons all over the place. Yes.
So yeah, congratulations to Laura. Oh, here's the original picture. So I did rush up here to get like the shot. I felt bad. I like sat, but I was like, I'm the sister, so I feel like I'm allowed to go do this. So anyway, so no, very excited for Lawrence
and well deserved. Really, I mean, he has done so much for Genghis, as well as obviously for Gooey, and was tremendous. I was very proud of him. I'm very happy, and I know he was very touched, which is wonderful.
Yeah. So no. Oh my god, I love this one from Wit. I don't even know. She sent this to me in a text message. And I'm like, what happened here? It kind
It's
of
the
works with
Lorax.
Luke. It kind of works with Luke in the background because he's also wearing orange. So
Yes, it's the Lorax. Isn't that the Lorax camera,
yeah,
Mandy?
I think it's supposed to be the Lorax. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was great. It was so much fun. And Donnie and Andrea, just thank you if you're watching. But if you're not watching, I hope you're getting some rest. I know Donnie is having to work down in Utah.
Donnie's in the chat.
Oh, Donnie, hello, my friend.
I have
Yeah,
not
it
been
is.
good about keeping up with the chat, but I did see. Oh yeah, he says say meet daddy. Shut up, Donnie. So
I already said meet daddy.
oh yeah, I know he's talking to me. I actually got
Oh.
I got a second to sit with Donnie. He came into the casino night towards the end when it was kind of winding down, and we played a game of Con and Drews together, and then we sat and chit chatted about just all sorts of things in life. So it was wonderful. But one of the random things that was brought up was how uncomfortable the meet daddy thing makes me as the sister.
It's generally uncomfortable for all of us, Camera Mendy.
And Donnie did win Con and Drews like handily. So it was actually pretty impressive. So
does Donnie play poker? Does he play those kind of games, or is he just a card game person? Donnie, do you play poker?
I think we're about to find out.
Mike Dunn from Gaming Trends, of course, one of my dear friends, loved Fools Down, because Fools Down is basically not draw poker, but Texas Hold'em on steroids, and he really enjoyed it. So
well, he says he's going to rewrite. He's going to be rewriting the world. You can see how tired both me and Lawrence are in this picture, but I do appreciate that Hans posted it. So these are Hans. Now this is Hans's first convention out to Genghis Khan, and I think he had just like a wonderful time.
Yeah, I think that's really important to know. Yeah. Michelle and a number of other people in the Gooey community helped Hans to be able to come, and it was very wonderful. And Hans was wonderful to have out with us and be with us, and of course he took a lot of pictures himself and put up some stuff. Camera Mendy, I'm a little worried that we're going to end up showing so many pictures that everyone is going to log out. It's kind of like coming over to your friend's house and saying, "Hey, do you want to see my vacation photos?"
Literally, the entire thing that we had for this week is Genghis Khan wrap up. So it just is.
Well, we were supposed to have the Monster Mash Bash.
Oh no! What I said was I will make an announcement about Monster Mash, which I will right now.
People don't know that I have that good of a body, Camera Mendy.
This picture is really actually quite cute. I'm just gonna say this is the night before. Like, this is the look of a woman who has pulled off something very spectacular, and I only managed to do it because of seriously the crew that was in the room, like Dory, Christy, Adam, Rin was there.
So
yeah
good.
All of that, but like seriously, like I was so far behind by the time we got there. I was still printing out side quests and doing everything the day, and then we finished the game. I finished the game 15 minutes before we were about to start. I got to sit there and I was like, holy that we just pulled this off. So I'm just saying it was impressive. This is the look of a woman who is impressed with herself.
Wash your mouth out with soap. I'm going to tell Ms. Goo.
Listen, Goo Done It is the hardest thing. It is the best thing that we do, and it is the hardest thing that we do. This is Anne, who is what is it? What is she in the
social media manager?
Yeah, but she has analyst noob or something like that. Anyway. Yes. Oh, there's Geeky. I only got to say hi to him like once or twice throughout the whole weekend, but it was great to see him and Tish there. So, and look, Ginny D. You got to meet Ginny D. That's very cool. No, Lawrence got a picture with Ginny as well. So, there's Lawrence winning his sword, wielding it. So, and there's Hans with Michelle. Yeah. Anyway, it was such a good weekend. I'm sorry. I could talk about the Monster Mash now if you would like. So, Monster Mash.
Man, you're just going. I mean, did you have coffee this morning, like 3 of them or something? Because like you are just like a motorboat this morning, Camera Mendy.
I can be calm.
I mean, I would be interested in say the chat. In the chat, I would like let's do this. Let's say if you think Camera Mendy is extra chatty this morning, put a 1. If you think Camera Mendy is just normal, put a 2. If you think like she's super chatty, put a 3.
Well, you're not talking enough. One of us has to talk about it.
How can I possibly talk when you're
So far, there's 3 2s, a 5,
a 5?
3 3s, a 2. Pam says she's more awake than I am. So
Hi, Pam.
I'm just trying to compensate for the fact that I literally did nothing for this show, and I'm just trying to get through it. So
I think you're doing great. I think I'm excited. I can't wait to
thank you, Jen. Too fast, too slow, too organized, too crazies. Girls never be enough. Mandy is perfect. I love the energy. Thank you, Jen.
Jen, you put up some great posts lately. I've loved them. No, it has been a wonderful, wonderful, fun thing to go to.
Paul says, I think Mandy's doing splendidly. Thank you, Paul.
Nobody's going to say anything negative, cameraman.
Mandy is a bit over caffeinated.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate some integrity from the chat.
Okay.
No, seriously. But the convention, if you can make it, I will tell you, it is so wonderful because so many Gooey people are there and doing wonderful things, and it is a pretty small convention, so it's intimate. And Donnie and Andrea, I talked to Andrea again about this, and she said very clearly they do not want to grow it. They want to keep it like the family that it is. And if you get a chance to come, I truly believe you will be like most who say this is one of the best conventions I've ever been to. And I believe that to my being. It's one of the best I've ever been to. And I don't get anything for that. That's just because I love Genghis Khan. So we would love to see you if you want to come hang out with us at Genghis Khan. Mm-hmm. All right, cameraman, what are we going to do next? Community members of the week.
I'm not prepared for that.
Members of the week.
So, let's see here.
Come on, cameraman.
Let me talk a bit about the Monster Mash really quickly. So, and then we'll get to that. So, you're just throwing crap at me right now. You're just like, it's just.
All right. So I will talk just a little bit about Genghis because I want to say just a couple more things. So
I have a ton of stuff for the. Yes, I did put together a whole album. But while you're saying that, let me just do this. Hold on 1 second.
Did you all notice I just got chopped off right there, right at the knees? So
hold on.
What? Why am I holding on?
Hold on. There we go. Hold on. Okay. What? Speaking of community member of the week, Hallie Mason. She really did love my dog. Okay. Sorry.
No, who doesn't love your dog?
You may just start speaking now about Genghis.
There's Connie.
Yes. This is.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to speak while you do the slideshow. I'm not going to talk about the slides, so it doesn't feel like we're showing them our vacation photos. Mm-hmm. Okay, listen. All right. So Genghis Khan is at this marvelous Hyatt, right? It's a Hyatt, right, cameraman? Right mm-hmm. there in Aurora. And the hotel and the convention center are all together. So it's really nice because there's not, you don't have to travel all over the place. And if it's bad weather, you don't have to worry about it. Amber was fantastic, by the way. And that's a great picture of you too. And so there's usually stuff even on Wednesday. There's stuff happening on Wednesday, sort of impromptu stuff. And everything sort of begins in earnest on Thursday. And we had the Gooey party on Wednesday night at Andy's. Then we had the Genghis pre-party on Wednesday night, excuse me, right after that. And then games and games and games. And it was great to see Jeff Richard and Chaosium came out big. And they had a lot of wonderful, creepy, Cthulhu-esque type of games. And RuneQuest is, of course, getting rebooted a little bit, and we're excited to hear about that. And it was just a lot. Look at that, some of my favorite people right there. Yes, magnificent.
Me as well.
Oh, that's right, I forgot about. So
Michelle also got Rin a pair of these pants, and Rin was wearing them as well.
Yes, Rin and Lance and I together. Yes,
whoever made these pants is very grateful to you. You are an influencer, so.
Not that great of an influencer. There's Neil and I having a little fun.
Anyway, keep talking.
Okay, so stop here. I just want to say this. So I started to get feedback, cameraman, and I'm hearing some good things. Has anybody in the chat gotten their Tomb of Geisengax? And if you've gotten it, have you opened it? That's what I want to know. So I'd love to hear. So watch that chat and see what happens. But we're starting to get feedback, and people are pretty impressed. And it's beautiful, Camera Medi. It's well produced. I just can't wait for the first person to really run it. You know, I want to see it run, not the shorty at the convention. I'm talking about the full on experience and going to Avalon Hill and all of the things like that. I just can't wait. So anyway, that's Luke, and we're working. There's Andre and Donnie and me.
And Luke in the photo bombing.
Yeah. And Luke is back there sticking his nose, and there's Stefano.
I thought we were allowed to do it like an album, Kim.
All right,
so.
Look, I'm wearing the Mornwood shirt. Do you see that? Yeah. Right, that was the Mornwood. Chet made that. In fact, Camera Mendy. Right now, I'm wearing the Feed Me shirt from Chet. I'm wearing that right now. And there's Casey. That's true. We didn't get to see Casey. Well, there's G in there too. Anyway, but I'm not talking about the images.
It's a little hard, isn't it? Alphinius?
No, seriously. I just want to say this right now. If you go back to that one, Camera Mendy. This is very important. Look carefully at Andy. You know there is disease pouring off of him. Everyone in the entire room is being exposed to COVIDity. Yes, and half of our people got it, and it's Andy's fault. He was patient zero. I know.
I don't know that it was all Andy's fault. Andy, listen.
Andy was patient zero.
If Andy's in the chat, I want to say something. Andy has very graciously hosted this amazing party for, I think it's been 3 or 4 years at this point.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Andy says you can lay it all on me. But yeah, now that I mean, we'll see how next year goes, but this might have been the last year for Andy's party because now stuff is starting at the hotel on Wednesday nights. And so it doesn't super make sense to have competing parties. But like, look at how amazing this is. Look at this group of people, like this amazing house. And I just really, even though Andy spread the disease unintentionally.
Zero.
I just want to say thank you so much.
In the background. Amber's back there.
Thank you, Andy, for doing this for us all these years. It's being such a gracious host, really. So absolutely. Welcoming us to your home.
Look right there, right? No, go back to that picture, Camera Mendy. Right there in the front right.
I know.
In
his eyes.
He's like, aha! Everyone here with the COVIDity.
I'm sorry, Andy. I feel like we're just throwing him under the bus live on stream.
Oh, it's fun.
Okay.
So this is the Gooey room.
No, this is the new. Yeah, this is our new.
Go ahead. Yes.
Thursday night event. So this was the first time we've ever run it. It's called the Grand Gooey Grift. We will be running this at Gen Con. And the feedback we got on this was extraordinary in terms of so here's the thing with an event like this, you just got to do it. You just got to go. This is what I've learned over the years. This is how we got Goo Done It to be as good as it was. Was just not being afraid and just putting it in front of people and being like, this is as good. Yeah. And we got some really spectacular feedback. It was not perfect. There's things that we learned along the way about timing, about mechanics. Why
don't you just tell the stream, just to take a moment and tell them what the Grand Gooey Grift is, or Great Gooey Grift.
Yeah, so basically, the idea is each of these teams are working collaboratively on an action board to try and best the other teams. And how you can do that, there are offensive actions you can take, or offensive actions and defensive actions you can take. So you can go attack another team.
Camera Mendy, you can take offensive actions as well. You could fart at the table. You could pick your nose.
Is true.
I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do at the table. You don't need. It can be offensive or offensive. That's either way is good. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep going,
anyway. So you can attack other teams. You can defend yourself against attacks that you might take. All the while you're trying to search these vaults for the golden goo through the deck of Perilous Fortuity. Basically, you use a deck of Perilous Fortuity, and it has different scenarios that the GM runs at the table. So it's a lot to kind of take in. I want to give Carrie Malsum like 100% credit for this because like I said, I was sick the 2 days before and I was not as prepared for this as I wanted to be. And I got with all of the game masters and I remembered about half of the game. And then I completely froze on the other half of the game. And I was trying to read and I was trying to remember and I could not get it together. And I got Carrie on the phone with Corey, who designed the game. And Corey walked Carrie through it. And Carrie saved my butt. So
Yes,
that way we could actually
Carrie is a gamer. Let me tell you the truth.
amazing.
Carrie
His
is a
brain
gamer.
is on the same level,
But we
Anyway,
need a faster start, little faster start, so it's not so it's a little too complicated at the start. But we're gonna get this, and I
yeah,
think people will love
it's more like you need a long. What you need to do is you need to have a long first round as people learn the game,
correct the
and then
teaching round.
yeah, exactly. And then as you go, each round gets shorter and shorter and shorter because everyone understands the strategy and starts learning how to do it.
It
So,
also makes it more intense as you get towards the end
and
because
yeah,
there's a number of
exactly.
rounds that you have to go through. But is Corey in the chat today, Cameraman?
I have not seen him if he
Yeah,
is.
well,
So,
he made this was fun, and Macy did a great job designing it and setting it
yeah.
all up.
And we
Really,
have some,
really, really good.
yeah, we have some design tweaks on it, but overall, we're going to refine it, and we're going to run it again at Gen Con, and then we're going to run it again at Genghis Con, and hopefully all these people come back and see how we've improved it, because that's really how we got Goo Done It to be the best version of itself, is like taking
Indeed.
feedback. And this is the thing, is we never want people to just blow smoke up our butts about our events. We want to know so we can
Well, I
refine.
mean, this really was. I told everybody at the beginning, you're really here for the first play test ever, because this was
Yeah.
the first time it had ever been played. So
Yep.
it was really. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
think people enjoyed it.
Me
All right,
too.
what else you got, Cameraman?
You and Amber. Okay.
Hi, Amber.
All this today, I'm right now, like we finished Genghis Con and literally went into event submissions for Gen Con. This is a great picture, by the way. Did Christy give you the snail? Who gave you the snail?
Christy gave me the snail.
Nice. I currently have the snail. I'll put it in the studio when I get it back. It's in the storage unit. There's you and Heather, my rock star with those teenagers. Anyway, okay, now this is really cool. So this is Rin's friend. I didn't grab their name, but she was sitting there making chainmail out of. This is very cool. Recycling the soda caps, or like off a soda
Correct.
can.
Off
just sitting there clicking, and I just am so impressed. First off, with Rin, like already, like Rin is like my favorite teenager ever. But then just the creativity of this generation, I'm really excited to see. Sorry.
Well, and that chainmail is going to be super lightweight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be really. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, I was very impressed. So
yes.
All right, keep going.
Okay, we're almost done.
There's Howard. So there's Tone.
I know. Look at this. First off, look at this look in this is after all the major events have gone off successfully, might I add. And this is just the look of death. This is just like, I have nothing left to give. But this is one of the side quests at Goo Done It, was to go graffiti the castle. And some of the graffiti was just so creative. But this was my favorite. I'm El Fabiaso.
Well, listen. Fleegan was here, is on the right-hand side. You see
that? Yeah, that too.
Fablioso. I'm Al Fablioso. Fleegan was here. Yes, it was pretty fun. People got to graffiti the castle. I mean, the one thing I love about gamers is we don't worry about our inner child comes out all the time, and it is magnificent, and I think that's why we're more creative, because it's the imagination and all of the dance that happens. And by the way, Cameraman, I look pretty smooth, don't I? Miss Goo told me that I did not look like a ragamuffin at all. She said, "You have a very nice look this time. Clint did a good job with the old beard. This is not bad."
This is certainly your inner child coming out right now and being like, look how good I look. So,
I look very smooth. Yeah. And I'm backlit like Sybil Shepherd and Moonlighting. I said that already. I want to know how many people in the chat know exactly what I'm talking about with Sybil Shepherd and Moonlighting.
Okay, I want to say one more thing about Goo Done It that I really loved, and then we can move on from Genghis Khan. So during the event, a family comes in, like it was like a woman and like 3 or 4 kids come in, and they're like looking around the convention just to see what it's all about. They don't have tickets to Goo Done It or anything like that. But literally they just like kind of walk in, and this is already a very full room that, I mean, we it was
packed. It was packed.
But they just start going around and doing the side quests. Like they start painting and they start building boats, and I see them like racing stuff, and they're just getting gold. And I just loved the idea that you just walk in and it's so fun. And like there's so many little things that you can go do that you just decide to just join in. And then Alphinius gave out one of my clues, and I had to go get a deck of Perilous Fortuity and be like, hey kid, I do need that clue back because you're not actually participating in the game. But here's a deck.
They said, hey, am I supposed to get a clue? And I said, of course you are. And then I asked a couple questions and I gave them a clue, Camera Mandy.
As you do.
You let people crash our party all the time. Like Carnival.
And I'm happy too. It literally warmed my heart. Okay.
Yeah, it was marvelous. Camera Mandy comes over like, you aren't supposed to give them clues. I'm like, how do I know?
I know. You're never paying attention.
What?
So.
All right, what's next, Camera Mandy?
Okay, I have a community member of the week pulled up. So.
Oh, amazing.
Yes. But I don't believe
that we have to recognize.
Now I know that she already knows that she got this because I already talked to her about it, but we will just show it here. So Kaya was a community member of the week. This was the week of, let's see here, January 30th. And Kaya is one of our dear friends who has been with us from the beginning, her and Josh, and has edited a crap ton of our work. And is just a very valued member of our writing team. And we only get to see her every once in a while because they have like 4 or 5 kids. But here's the fun thing.
I think it's 6, Camera Mandy.
They have a lot of kids, but this is the fun thing. They are coming out as a family to Gen Con this year.
Yeah.
So we are going to get to see them in just a few months.
Is Josh in the chat, or does anybody know? Is it 6? I want to know how many kids. Is it 6 kids? I think it's 6 kids.
I think it's 5 girls. So that's my bet. And I feel like Josh was in the chat at some point, but I don't know if he still is.
I think it's 6. I want to text him. Hold on.
Okay. Wait.
Siri, text Josh.
Oh my goodness. This is going off the rails. So
Joshua, my friend, how many children do you have? Exclamation point, question mark. We need to know on Goo Morning Zyathé, period.
He's going to be like, what the heck? But anyway, they are coming out, and Josh will be running. This is another exciting thing happening at Gen Con. For the first time ever, we will be running the Darkest Dream as a 4-part track at Gen Con. So
doesn't that sound magnificent?
I'm just saying. So
but tracks are getting more popular. People are enjoying that more. And I actually agree with that. I think one-shots typically end a lot of times with total party kills and all of that kind of stuff. And there's not really a time to warm up with your character, all of that stuff. So I can totally see why people would be attracted to play tracks where you sort of get to know each other, then you do a second game, then you do a third game, and all of a sudden you play, 4 games over the course of a weekend. What a wonderful thing, I mean, it makes sense to me.
So now here's the interesting. I'll give you a little insight though on our end as like a business. So on our end as a business, we generally put some of our best GMs on tracks.
Yes, of course.
And so, because we want to, give this great experience. However, you are then putting one of your best GMs on a 4-part track performing for 6 people. So instead of putting that GM in front of, let's see, if they did 4 games, what's 4 times 6? 24?
Yeah, 24, 26.
Yeah. So instead of putting them in front of 24 players, you put them in front of 6 players and hope that they have a marvelous experience. And those 6 players go pick up something from Gooey Cube. So it's an interesting balance as a business to decide how many tracks do we want to run where we are exposing people to a better experience potentially and a more premium experience. However, you're doing it for less people. So it's an interesting balance. And I feel like we try and find that balance every time, every convention. It's just interesting.
Yes,
so
absolutely. It's always, it's hard to be a business when all you want to do is have fun, Camera Mandy.
I mean, I think we do a lot of that. So
I think we do.
So community member,
I got a lot of hugs, Camera Mandy. I got a lot of hugs, and
the fact that both of us escaped.
I hugged Andy.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was no one more exposed. I feel like in that game because I was in that game room. Like
Andy,
45.
I'm looking at you.
What? I didn't get sick.
No, Andy. I'm looking at you.
Oh, okay. Andy. Okay. Anyway, all this to say though, it's one of the unfortunate things about cons is that you are and you either get it or you don't get it. Like there's really no rhyme or reason. Dory got the COVID, but I did not. Dory's. Yeah, so it's just one of those things.
Okay.
Yeah, she's doing good. So
Good.
yeah.
Good.
So anyway, but what I really appreciate here is that people still want to come out, even though the risk is out there, even though, sickness is still out there and stuff like that. There is really nothing. It was really sad when we weren't able to congregate and we weren't able to be together and have this like huge
Was.
community.
But
So
cameraman, you think about this, honestly, as much as we hate it, until we get really old, it's really kind of good for us to get sick now and then because it, pushes your immunity system and all of that kind of stuff. So you want that immune system to get the boost. So what a better way to get sick than at a con?
I mean, we may find in Gary Con in a few weeks that fells us. So
Yes, because we made it through Genghis, both of us.
yeah, but we'll see. Anyway, there was a couple weeks we did not do community member of the week because both Lawrence and I were running around with like chickens with their heads cut off. So I think that it's just Kaya and Callie. So, but I will double check and make sure that we have not said
I don't think so, Cameramendi. I think we go back months.
I don't think it's that bad. So, okay. So really quickly, I just want to check in on the Monster Mash, which we started and then stopped and then started and then stopped. Okay. So we are coming into March. We are going to do it in March. And so now Josh is in the chat catching up on everything we talked about with him and Kaya.
Oh,
so.
You are correct. He texted me back. 5 children.
I know what's up. Anyway, so I will be posting the next Monster Mash on Monday, and we will. We're in the second half of the first rounds. So what's going to happen though is that we will just combine some weeks instead of doing one per week. We'll do like the big ones. And then we'll double up after that, and we will finish it in March. So just stay tuned for that.
Because it's March Madness, right? It's kind of a March
that's the whole.
Madness-y
It was
thing.
supposed to finish in March. We're just gonna finish it more expeditiously so we can get our prizes out and everything like that.
There's going to be more battles, Cameramendi. More battles quicker.
And we have special snail. We have special snail dice to for escargot, which should be in the next round coming up here. So
and you saw my picture that I did find Snailed It.
Yes, yeah, Heather, where did you find it?
So first, I have 2 copies of Snailed It now because, of course, Harry was involved in the first Snailed It, and then Heather gave me it at the convention on the night when I was sorely pressed, Cameramendi. When people kept buying me drinks, remember that? Like lots of drinks. I don't believe I've ever had that many drinks bought for me in a night.
Let me say why people brought you, because you bribed them. So someone bought you a drink from a table during our Grand Gooey Grift, and then you said, well, because this table bought me a drink, send them a boon, which is there are boon cards in there. So they got a boon, and then other people started buying you drinks. What?
It wasn't just because of that. There was nice people who were buying me drinks. I was out in the lobby area, not in the game, and I got drinks.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure other people bought you just for being you.
That was where we were. That was where we were. Heather and I were out there in the little lobby area, and people were buying me drinks. And we were supposed to play Snailed It, but then I got involved in a couple conversations, as you know how that goes. Heather's playing Snailed It with some other people on the table, and then Snailed It ended up somehow on the chair next to me. Okay. And then Snailed It disappeared. And I do not know how this happened, Cameramendi, but Snailed It did end up in my backpack. And that's where I found Snailed It.
I think we could probably deduce that at some point your drunken self put Snailed It into your backpack, and then you
Either
forgot.
That, or it slimed its own way right in there, Cameramendi.
One of the two.
But I wanted to play Snailed It with Heather, and we never got to. So we'll have to do it sometime at the next convention.
I'm sure Heather will be back out at Genghis Con next year.
I'm sure that is true.
It, and we can play Snailed
Maybe she'll come to Gen Con.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Just saying. Yeah. Anyway, by the way, we are about to finish recruiting for Gen Con. So if you are interested in running for us at Gen Con, send an email to gooeygames@gooeycube.com. I'll probably send out one more email, and then we're starting the process of doing interviews. And like I said, game submission is finishing up on Monday. And we have a really fun docket of games, a lot of new stuff.
Prime Rib.
Yeah, Prime Rib. Yeah, anyway, it's gonna be a good time. So,
and the boat has departed, from what I understand. This is the second fast boat and it has departed and is coming with the environs and the stretch print package.
We have been
And
talking about this boat for like 2 months. I certainly hope it has departed. The
no,
fast
cameraman,
boat.
because it was supposed to depart on the 23rd. That was the day it was actually departing. So there was Chinese New Year, you know about Chinese New Year, and there's
Yeah.
all that stuff is going on. So but the as far as I understand, I wish Lawrence was in the chat because he could tell us for sure. But I believe the second fast boat has now departed, and I'm very excited to begin shipping the environs because I think people have gotten tuned. I think they're going to love it, and I think that the environs is spectacular, and that also ushers in, of course, the next phase. And the next phase is that we will soon begin the Contributors Guild for Guys and Gags 2. And this is this northern area where the Dark Tabernacle, which is what it says on the map, is located, which of course is the temple of Inquisitorious Evil. And we are very excited about that because if you want to be a contributor for that and put your mark on Guys and Gags 2, we would love to have you be in that. So more to come on that as we continue. What else, cameraman D?
All right. Last thing for today. I'm going to be reading off our new Knights of the Goo, and then we'll end it on that. And I will be posting all these pictures in the den. Let me get through game submission for Gen Con, and then I will be posting a whole bunch of stuff. So, so from Strange Fate Crafts, who are the people who did our Game Master screens for the Tomb of Guys and Gax. Not only just that,
many other things too.
Yeah, like they've literally come to our office and help us assemble things for Gen Con before. And is Jeff Lowe and Jessica Lowe. And then Stefan excuse me.
Stefan Huddleston.
Huddleston. I'm sorry. I need to
a little sip of the whiskey.
Sorry, my my throat. Yeah. He has helped. He also is with Strange Fate Crafts. They do a lot of stuff together. But he has been integral in helping us with our materials over the years. Sundestia. And then on top of that, he also participated in a really fun event that we did. The first Alfabio appearance ever on.
It's true. He was involved.
Carnival Crashers.
Real quick.
Yeah.
So when we were developing Sundestia, we started down the road on Sundestia. I wanted to make sure that we were bringing in, African, Egyptian, some of this lore, right? And this is a long time ago. So we began to talk about Sundestia, and doggone it, if my friend Stefan wasn't an expert in African history. And so he and I had wonderful chats and how we would do this. And it really, someday we're going to do Sundestia, which is the next place I really want to do. So we'll see what happens. But that is where I want to move next with Gooey. And we got time, cameraman. I'm only 64, right?
I'm not worried about it.
Yes.
You're literally never going to retire, because if you retired, you're just not going to do anything, as we learned. The first time you retired did not go so well for your marriage. So, okay. So Lindsay and Ed Mallow, oh my God, I cannot ever pronounce the name. They do all the 3D printed stuff, and I can never pronounce the name of it's a Star Trek term. It's like a, anyway, all this to say though, they've also come to our office and helped us put stuff together for Gen Con. They've contributed prizes for a bunch of our games. Amatis Kate, how do you say this? Thank you, Donnie. You can say this.
Amatis Cudden.
Thank you. Thank you.
I believe it is Cudden, not Caden. I believe it's Amatis Cudden. But I'm not 100% sure.
Thanks,
Donnie,
for the...
did I do that right? Or is it Caden? I think it's Amatis Cudden.
Cudden. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Donnie. That was a good assist, Donnie. They're literally wonderful members of our community. Ed has brought us gifts to the office. He loves Alphinius's weirdness, and we just deeply appreciate them. Next up, Danny Tryon has been game mastering for us for forever, basically.
A fabulous game master. Fabulous game master.
Since he was 20, very young 20s, and it's been awesome watching him grow as a game master and into the man he is. Hans Boyce, as we talked about, amazing community member. Same with Randy Upton. And Randy actually ran his first Gooey game at, I can't remember what convention it was, but it was at the same hotel as Genghis Khan is at back in, I think, December. It was sometime. That was not December. I can't remember. Labor Day. time. Sorry, I'm getting all like confuddled. But anyway, Randy has made the trip out to see us at Genghis the last couple of years. I think he takes the train. That's super fun. Mile High Con, thank you, Randy. And yeah, just phenomenal player and really fun person. Shannon has been another game master for us, one of our most fantastic game masters, and she's always up for a challenge and taking on some of the more crunchy combat stuff. So, and really gives her players a great time. Ken Anderson, this was his first time game mastering for us. And he also inadvertently ended up becoming one of our proofreaders for a lot of our materials because he just took it on himself. He's like, man, this stuff is really good, but also here are like 50 errors that
here's some typos from you, Kristen. Some things need clarity.
Yes. So anyway, Ken, thank you for taking the initiative. Thank you for coming to Game Master for us. I hope he's going to come Game Master for us at Gen Con. He's just a fun person. And like, also, I will say this. He stepped up and put together all these packets of level 3 characters for me on Wednesday at Genghis Con. Just someone who's just helpful and wonderful. So, and that's it. So I think that's our show. Thank you. This was a great Genghis. This was a great Genghis Con. Like, honestly, this was so good. So I had so much fun.
Yes. And I believe they set an attendance record. Is that right, Donnie? Was this the most ever? I think it was. So anyway, Camera Mandy, it is 11:02. We should let these folks go, and I'm gonna go give Ms. Goo a kiss. So it was most ever. It was the most ever they had. That's fantastic.
By 100 people. That's awesome, Donnie.
Wow, very, very good. All right, friends, from the wine country in California and from the mountains of Colorado, we bid you adieu, and may all your adventures be sticky. Ha ha!